Hello, this is Laura. Today, I want to talk about a skill that quietly shapes almost every part of your life, yet many people never consciously develop it. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not about being overly emotional. It is about understanding emotions, your own emotions, and the emotions of others, and responding to them wisely. Think about it for a moment. Some people may be highly educated, talented, or skilled. Yet they struggle in relationships, conflicts, or stressful situations. Meanwhile, other people seem calm under pressure, communicate well, and build strong connections with others. Often the difference is emotional intelligence. The good news is that emotional intelligence is not something you are simply born with. It is a skill that can be developed step by step. The first step is self-awareness. You cannot manage emotions if you do not recognize them. Many people go through their day, reacting automatically to situations without stopping to ask themselves what they are actually feeling. Maybe someone says something that upsets you. You feel irritated or defensive, but you do not pause to identify why. Self-awareness means slowing down and asking simple questions. What am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? Sometimes the answer is deeper than you expect. Maybe the anger you feel is actually disappointment. Maybe the frustration you feel is connected to stress or fear. When you become aware of your emotions, you create a space between the feeling and the reaction, and in that space, you gain the power to choose how you respond. The second step is emotional regulation. Feeling emotions is natural. Everyone experiences anger, sadness, jealousy, and anxiety. Emotional intelligence does not mean suppressing those feelings. It means managing them so they do not control your behavior. For example, imagine you receive criticism at work. A natural reaction might be to become defensive or upset, but emotional regulation allows you to pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Simple techniques can help. Taking a few deep breaths, stepping away from a stressful situation for a moment, or giving yourself time before responding can prevent emotional reactions from becoming damaging actions. The third step is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand how another person might be feeling, even if their experience is different from your own. Many conflicts happen because people focus only on their own perspective. But when you try to see the situation from another person's point of view, communication becomes more compassionate. Empathy does not mean you always agree with someone. It simply means you acknowledge their feelings and experiences. A small sentence like, "I understand why you might feel that way," can change the entire tone of a conversation. Another important part of emotional intelligence is listening. Real listening is rare. Often when people talk, the other person is not truly listening. They are simply waiting for their turn to speak. Emotionally intelligent people listen with curiosity. They pay attention not only to the words being said, but also to tone, body language, and emotion. When people feel heard, trust begins to grow. Self-reflection is another powerful tool. At the end of the day, you can ask yourself questions like, did I react calmly in stressful moments today? Did I listen carefully to others? Was there a moment where I could have handled my emotions better? Reflection turns everyday experiences into opportunities for growth. Another step in building emotional intelligence is managing relationships. Healthy relationships require patience, communication, and respect. Emotionally intelligent people try to resolve conflict calmly rather than escalating it. They understand that disagreements are normal, but how you handle those disagreements determines the strength of the relationship. There is also something important about humility. Emotional intelligence includes being able to admit when you're wrong. Many people avoid this because it feels uncomfortable. But taking responsibility for mistakes actually builds respect and trust. Growth requires honesty. Let me speak directly to you if you sometimes feel overwhelmed by your emotions. That does not mean you lack emotional intelligence. It simply means you are human. The goal is not to eliminate emotions. The goal is to understand them. When you learn to recognize your emotions, regulate your reactions, and empathize with others, your relationships improve. Your communication improves. Even your decision-making improves. Emotional intelligence is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Imagine how your life could change if you responded to difficult situations with calmness instead of frustration. Imagine understanding people more deeply and building stronger connections. These changes begin with awareness and practice. Now, I want to ask you something. What emotion do you find the most difficult to manage? Is it anger, stress, jealousy, or anxiety? Write in the comments, I am building emotional intelligence, and share one situation where you want to respond more calmly and wisely. Your reflection might help someone else who is learning the same skill. If this episode made you think differently, like this video and subscribe to the channel.